Hello everyone, good morning. So in this video I'm going to take you what we call understanding of plagiarism. So this is what we are going to I'm going to take you through, which is one of the topic in the information literacy. So I urge you to be attentive, get what I'm going to discuss with you. So what do you mean when we say plagiarism? So, plagiarism is the act of using another person's idea or a word without giving a proper credit. So, it's like when I extract some information from a certain source and I didn't give it like a citation for that information. So, that is what make us to say you are doing what we call plagiarism. So you're not giving a proper credit for someone's idea, because someone's idea you have to present it afterward. You state the source where you have extracted that information from. So that is what we call understanding of plagiarism. So we have the type of plagiarism. Uh, they are of they are like we have around four types of plagiarism. One is the direct plagiarism, that is copying text words by words without quoting or citing. So this is like when you have extracted information from from a given source. So at the end you don't cite, so or you don't quote the exact work of that person. You take it as your own. That is what we call the direct plagiarism. So you just copying text word by word without changing, without editing anything. So that is what we call direct plagiarism without quoting. The second type is paraphrasing plagiarism. So paraphrasing plagiarism is writing someone's idea with the act without acknowledging the source. So when you add a certain idea, you just copy that information or you write that information without acknowledging the source. You don't know that where the information is extracted from. So that is called paraphrasing plagiarism. You had it's like you want to own that information, but you don't know where the source is. The third type is self-plagiarism. So, raising your own previous work without permission or citation. For example, last semester we heard of making videos. So those YouTube videos we made this semester again, but those YouTube videos was for last semester, but this semester again we are told to make another video. And again, if somebody reuse the work of last semester, that we call self-plagiarism, which is not okay. So reusing your own previous work without permission. So when you are not permitted to do so, yet you are told to do another video. So if you reuse the other video for last semester, that is what we call self-plagiarism. Also, we have accidental plagiarism. Accidental plagiarism, forgetting to cite source or misplacing references. So you get the information, but you forget to cite the source. You just make the information to be there without acknowledging the source. So also we have the consequences of plagiarism. So consequences of plagiarism of marks or failure in assignment is also loss of what is the consequences of plagiarism. Also, we have academic disciplinary action from the institution. The third consequence is the loss of trust and academic reputation. So this is also the consequences. Now we have uh, prevention strategy. So how can we prevent this plagiarism. So to prevent this, you have to cite a source when using information from other source. So you look for the information from the other source, then you cite the source. So you have use quotation mark when copying exact word. So you have to quote that exact word of the author who has come up with that information. You have to quote the exact word. So also you have to paraphrase correctly using your own words and still cite the source. So after you have paraphrased the correct information, so you have to maybe cite even the source of that information. So that's what we call preventive measures of the strategy. So this is how briefly I can tell you about understanding of plagiarism, and the type and then the consequences and the prevention. So thank you for listening.